Hello all and welcome to another pickups video, and today I have got for you a handful of Xbox 360 games because I always do. Got a couple of Evercade carts to show you and also some gifts I've got from two good friends of mine, Chrissy Zelda Pop and Ross Bawhawhaw, which is a couple of Game Gear cartridges and this Blu-ray here that's been staring at you on screen the whole time. So yeah, they randomly contacted me one day and said they've accidentally doubled up on The Purge on Blu-ray. You know, would I like it? And of course I said yes, that'd be absolutely amazing. Because I do want to delve into collecting and certainly buying more horror DVDs and Blu-rays. You know, it's my favourite genre. I really should, you know. I know I've got loads of Saw ones and a couple of the other high-profile ones, plus a few obscure ones as well. But I haven't got enough in my eyes. I would certainly like to buy more, and I was all over this. I have actually seen The Purge. This is the very first one. Quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed it. I think the second one was probably a little bit better, but I really enjoyed this. It's where all crime is legal for 12 hours in America, one day a year, even murder and things like that. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was all over that when they kindly gifted it to me. So it was, yeah. So thank you so much for that. But as I say, they gifted me a couple of Game Gear carts as well. Now, Ross messaged me one day and sent a photo of some Game Gear carts and said, I've got these, you know, I know you're into your Game Gear. You probably got them all. They're all quite common. And of the four that were in that picture, I actually needed two of them. Now, the first one is actually very common, but it's just one of those that I keep passing up because you see it everywhere. And that is the Sega Game Pack 4-in-1. It's just one you see everywhere for like 50p and a pound, and I keep passing up because I'll be like, it'll turn up in a bundle. I'm sure I'll get it at another point. And when I saw it in Ross's photo and I wanted something else, I said, do you mind if I have the Game Pack 4-in-1 as well? Because it's about time I had it. I have actually played this because I used to live, when I was living in London, I used to live in the same street as a cousin of mine, and he had a Game Gear, but he had it with this because it was a packing title, but mine came with Sonic when I got mine. And I used to borrow it off him. And the games, they're all right. They're all right. I don't know if that is a Columns game or it's a, you know, a bit of a take on Columns. Can't quite remember. I remember the tennis game being quite fun. Can't remember what the driving game was. But the football game I played a lot of because I do like my football. And it's one of those football games where if you just run up to the edge of the area and press shoot, you don't actually see the goal. You press shoot and then you see sort of an outcome of what's going to happen, sort of in a bit of a graphic. So yeah, that football game wasn't too difficult as well. Yeah, but it's just, you know what, it's just nice to finally have this. And of course, I need to bring back the Purge for this because when Ross messaged me asking me, you know, if I'd received them okay after, you know, a couple of days after he sent them, I said yes, and he said, was the manual in the Blu-ray? And I was like, what do you mean was the manual in the Blu-ray? I'm not bothered if the Blu-ray has a manual. But what he actually meant was the manual for the 4-in-1 Sega pack, which is absolutely amazing because, I mean, a boxed one of this is actually quite rare to find because it comes packed in with the Game Gear. Most of them are loose. But even the manual is tricky to find. I wouldn't say it's massively rare, but it's tricky to find. So that is really cool that he actually chucked in a manual as well. That I wasn't expecting, and I'm absolutely over the moon that he chucked that in there, mate. So thank you so much. The second Game Gear game I've never played. It's the Winter Olympics. Got Lilyhammer 94 on there. Yeah, Winter Olympics. Now, I played Olympic Gold. That was also one that the cousin had that I used to swap and borrow a lot of, which I don't own. Or do I? Can't remember. But I certainly know I didn't have this. Never played it. It'll be very interesting to try, actually, because I know how Olympic Gold plays, and that's not a bad game. It is what it is. And I can imagine this being much of a muchness, but obviously with winter sports. So very much looking forward to giving this a try. And great to have it into the collection, because I've always said that once the 360 collection is done, that sort of the Game Gear would be my next focus, because it's a system that I would love to collect for because I have so much nostalgia for it. It's my first system ever, and I would actually play the games. For me, you know, I love collecting, but at the same time I collect to play. So Game Gear stuff is what I would definitely play because I just love the handheld so much. Have to get the adapter for my Retron 5 so I can play it on the big screen, things like that as well. But yeah, really pleased to have this. So thank you to Chrissy Zelda Pop and Ross Bawhawhaw for the kind gifts. Chrissy doesn't have a channel, although she has a username on YouTube, but Ross does have a channel, and Ross is a cracking lad with great content, such a mixed variety of pickups. Link in the description below to Ross. Let's get him comfortably over 300 subs. He's been floating around there for too long when he's such a good guy and very knowledgeable, and pickups videos are always so much fun to watch of Ross's, better than mine. Anyway, on to the Evercade carts next. I think I shall show you. Picked up two of these month, bought them both off Amazon for $14.99 each. First one is the Data East Collection one. Now, with the Evercade carts, they've obviously got this very, very sort of cunning sort of sales strategy, I would say, there by numbering all of their boxes. Now, the boxes are fantastic. I love the way they are stored, and then they come with a nice colourful manual as well. And it's not your bog standard, you know, here's what the buttons do. It's got a little bit about all the games in it as well. They are really nicely made. Honestly, very, very impressed with them. So, yeah, really pleased with that. But where I'm going with the numbers is I'm not going to be lured in now. Obviously, they're up to about 14 carts now. There's some available to pre-order as well. The number will probably have changed a lot by the time some people get to watch this. But, you know, I'm not going to buy them all. I am literally, again, I do collect to play as well. There are some of these carts which I've looked at and I thought they're not for me. But at the same time, you know, if they are, I'm going to snag them. Absolutely going to snag them. And this one, yeah, had me straight away. I wanted it. I saw Bad Dudes on the front. Of Burger Time is a lot of fun as well. Two Crude Dudes was the biggest draw to this compilation particularly. So was Bad Dudes. Now, I remember playing Bad Dudes in the arcade a lot and absolutely loving that game. And then people tell me it's a NES port and it's not that good. Haven't got around to playing it, by the way. So I will judge for myself. But yeah, that's a real shame because I love the arcade game. That I hope it's not that bad and it's still enjoyable and playable. Just noticed Magical Drop 2 there on there as well. Really enjoyed that. Great little puzzle game. Ooh, side pocket. So yeah, this collection really did appeal to me. So I was all over that one. The other one that I bought, I mean, it came with Namco Museum 1. I wanted Namco Museum 2 as well. Collection 2. And big draws on this one. Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse 2, Splatterhouse 3, Splatterhouse Part 2 to be precise. Absolutely drew me in. Had to have those. Dig Dug 2 as well, which is obviously a much different take on the first game where you sort of have to chop land and the land falls away and you don't want to be on the land when it does fall away and things like that. Obviously Galaga as well. Absolutely love Galaga. Galaga's a great game. Namco Museum has Galaxian. Namco Museum 1 has Galaxian and 2 has Galaga. Absolutely love the pair of them. So yeah, as I say, again, I've already said it once. Nice box, nice glossy manual. Let's have a quick flick through this as well. Just show you. I mean, it is just beautiful, isn't it? Do you know what? I can't even remember ever playing Pack Attack. I may have done. I'm not entirely sure. So that'll be a fun little try. Everyone loves a bit of Pac-Man, don't they? So there we go. There's Galaga. Gotta love Galaga. Know how to get that ship. Know how to get the ship and get a double ship. There we go. That's what I mean about Dig Dug, about being cut off, you know, cutting the land off. Well, yeah, it has got button descriptions here, but at the same time, as I say, it's a lovely, colourful manual showing you the games. Can't fault them for them at all. Really cannot wait to actually have a proper go. Oh, here we go. Look at that. All available at time of print, I would imagine. But obviously, there's more available now. So, yeah, absolutely loving the Evercade at the moment. Really enjoying it. As I say, there's some fantastic collections out already. Some fantastic collections coming up. And that means I've now got 6 of these. I've got 6 of these in total. So I'm really pleased with the ones that I've got so far. Right, Xbox 360 time. There's half a dozen of these. And unusually, normally when I do a pickups video, I'm like looking forward to playing that and things like that. I've actually played 5 out of 6 of these. So I can actually talk about them a little bit as well. Especially if you're in achievements, you want to sort of perk your ears up here. Okay, so the first one that I bought, because there's a few of us had a little bit of a Gamer Score competition in January to do with just getting 360 Gamer Score, because we all know how 1 Gamer Score is. So a lot of these were kind of sort of, you know, I wanted to buy them before the month was out because, you know, they were relatively easy to get Gamer Score out of and sort of push my score up, you know, which clearly worked because I was able to manage to win. So there we go. So the first game that I bought, this one was from eBay, and it's Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I paid £6.99 for this off eBay with free postage. Now, CX sell it for £6, but they charge £1.95 for postage, so it worked out, you know, about £1 cheaper if I bought it off eBay. So that's exactly what I did. You know, I'm waiting a couple of days, not a problem, because it was very early in the month. This is one of those games that has writing on the inlay and has no manual. I've done my research. It's not meant to come with a manual. There might have been a flyer in there, but I'm not worried about flyers. It's if they've got manuals, I want them. Fantastic condition disc, and as I say, I played this, knocked the 1000G out of it. Took about 10 hours, I'd say. 10 to 12 hours is your average completion. For the 1000G out of this, just me, unfortunately, you're going to have to play through it twice. And I say unfortunately, because the combat in this is so unrewarding. It honestly feels like you're hitting nothing. It's not difficult. You can flick between the 4 turtles as you're playing through, because you sort of run through as all 4 of them, but you only control one. The other are AI controlled while you're controlling yours. But as long as you boost up the abilities of the one you're using, it's that easy that you don't actually need to change through the turtles. Unfortunately, for the completion, you do need to play through it twice because you unlock a time attack mode. You need to play through that as well. You also need to do a couple of bit of survival mode things. All of those modes will become unlocked when you complete the main game. And then apart from that, upgraded turtles, and there are some collectibles to find, but they make noises when you're near them. And there's level select, so if you do miss any, it's not going to be hard to track down where they are because it will say how many out of how many you've got, and you'll obviously notice if you're missing any. So unfortunately, it's not the greatest game to play through, but if you're into your gamer score, it's it's bearable. 10 to 12 hours. Okay, next up, Adventure Time, Finn and Jake Investigations. Now, I also bought this one off eBay. I paid £4.49 with free postage. It's a £3 game in CEX, but yep, £1.95 postage, which means I did save around about 50p there. Plus, if you're buying off eBay, you can always check to make sure it's got the manual in it, which it did. So, as I say, I much prefer to buy off eBay if I can see the quality of things and it's got the manual. If it works out cheaper from eBay than it does over CX with the price of the game and the postage combined. So, I mean, this is like it is a 3D sort of point and click adventure, which sort of throws in these combat sequences as well, where you're in a sort of we're in an arena mode, but there's nothing in the arena apart from just a big open space. They're not difficult at all. It's pretty much just mash the attack button. You'll get through it, and then you can turn into Jake, and once you build up a bar, and he can do some special moves. Achievement wise, I must be honest with you, if you don't use a guide, it will take a long time. I did use a text guide every time I got stuck, which was quite a lot because I'm not the biggest point and click player. There's plenty of missables in it as well. I'd advise you look up those as well if you want to take it on. But you can get the whole game done in around about 5 to 6 hours if you do follow a text guide like I did in the end. As I say, don't mind playing it was fun. I did enjoy the storyline. It was fun, but at the same time, I'm not your point-and-click person, so I don't really want to invest too much time into it. I just kind of want to get the game done if I'm playing it for a little bit of gamer score. So that's what I did with that. But not a bad game. If you like your point-and-clicks, you will like this. But like I say, it's in a 3D environment, not 2D one. Yep, so yeah, we'll recommend that for you point-and-click fans out there. Okay, so next one is the only one of the lot that I believe I bought off CX. And that is Night at the Museum 2, the video game. I paid from CX £8 for this, plus their £1.95 postage. Now, the funny thing about it is, once I told Ross about it, because they bought it in the same month as well, and they paid £8 for it, he looked at the price about a week later when we was talking about it, as to how the game was, and it got up to £12. It gone up to £12, and that was without postage. So we paid £8 plus £1.95, so we paid 5p less than a tenner, and now they're selling it for £12 plus postage. Did we do that? I don't know. Anyway, I took the CX route because every time I look for this on eBay during January, it was going for £12 or more, and that was without any postage. So I took the CX route with that. Played a bit of the lottery. Did I win the lottery? Well, I did in the case of manual. However, it does need a case replacement. That come through, but they sent in that stupid cardboard sort of envelope thing that sort of presses on the game, so it could have happened in transit. But I've got cases. I will change that. Not a bad game actually. Kind of enjoyed this. All the museums are a 3D environment. There's a lot of collectibles to do in it, and there's a few little side quest things as well if you're going for that 1000G. Didn't need a guide for this one, but I did need a lot of patience because, again, I missed collectibles and had to go back to levels. But once you finish the game, you can revisit chapters, and that'll tell you how many collectibles you've got if you've missed any. You also need to fill up your rewards room, but filling up your rewards room is just completing all the missions, including the side ones as well, and that will say X amount of tasks out of X amount of tasks, and obviously it says 6 out of 7. You've missed one there, and there was an extra one that you could have done along the way. But largely a fun game, actually. Really enjoyed my time with this. Actually, really enjoyed my time with that. And as I say, when you play games just for Gamerscore, the good thing about it is sometimes you find something which you end up enjoying, which you never thought you would do. And that happened with Night at the Museum 2. Okay, next up. I decided to pull the trigger on this because I found it for a reasonable price. And I say that because, yes, Minecraft Story Mode, this is the complete. It's got all episodes on the disc 1 to 8, because obviously there's a season pass disc. Now, that season pass disc is only worth about £6 in CEX. You only get like £2 for trading. The complete adventure sells in CEX for £18. I won this in auction, not buy it now, and I won it for £8.50 plus £3 postage. So I saved on the CEX sale price, and of course if I buy it online as well, you have to pay the £1.95 postage. Now the complete edition seems to be in relation to the season pass disc for season 1, actually quite uncommon. So again, I was quite happy to pull the trigger on it. And the good thing about this as well, it's not just got 1000G, it's got 1375 game score tied to the 8 episodes, and it's all on the disc. So each episode takes about 2 to 3 hours. There are a couple of points where there are a couple of missable things, so you may want to look it up. But yeah, 2 to 3 hours per episode, get the job done. Not a difficult one at all. It's your classic Telltale with a couple of missable ones in it, which aren't too bad if you know that they're there, honestly. So, and there is a revisit chapter available to you once you finish the game as well. Another note to say about these story modes is if you buy the Season 2, there is no complete Season 2 on disc, but there is a Season Pass for Season 2. That is quite uncommon. CEX sell that Season Pass disc for Season 2 for 18 quid. One to look out for, plus the complete adventures of Season 1. The Season 1 Season Pass disc, honestly, if you can get it for 50p, then great, do it, because it trades in for 2, but it's only worth around about 6 quid. This one's the one to look out for, plus the Season 2 Season Pass disc. Next up, Disney's Toy Story. Toy Story Mania, to be precise. Better with Kinect Sense, although I played it without. I actually one day, this turned up. I got this off eBay. Yes, I paid. Where are we? Check your notes quick enough, Rob. I paid £6.70 plus £1.80 postage for this. Now, when I was looking for this game on eBay, I was actually looking for this game just because I really like Toy Story. I've alluded to that on this channel in the past. So when I was looking for this on eBay, I just wanted to play. I had no idea that the 1000G on this was that easy. Honestly, I streamed the entire game in one session on my YouTube channel. You can find it in the streams playlist. It's unlisted, but you can find it in the streams playlist. And it took me about 4 hours and 15 minutes to get the 1000 game score out of it. A couple of really random achievements in it, but apart from that, the rest of it was just playing through. You need 2 controllers to play through one booth in 2-player mode, and you need to watch the credits, and it's pretty much job done. So yeah, $6.70 plus $1.80 postage is what I paid for this. I saw it at a tenner on there, or $9.99 or something like that. So I did the old classic. I watched it. I just watched it because sometimes if you watch it, within a couple of days, the seller will throw out an offer. Seller has discounted X percentage you could buy this for. And they did that. It was 8 quid. So I thought to myself, well, they've got our best offer on it. So what I will do with the best offer is I'm just going to chuck out 6 quid and be cheeky. So 6 quid, £1.80 postage, £7.80 over a £10 game at CX, by the way, without their postage. I thought that would be a nice steal. Anyway, they come back to me with a rather random amount of £6.70. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to snap that up because it is a £10 game. I'm paying £6.70 plus £1.80 postage without CX's postage. Anyway, of course, old eBay, why I was following it is because everything was nicely laid out, complete with manual. So that was obviously very nice that was in there, and it's nice crisp as well, not been attacked by a game, as none of them have been that have them. Obviously the Minecraft one, by the way, is a game that comes without no manual. But this one, lovely condition, came with manual. Just, yeah, please have it in the collection because I love my Toy Story. And I've already knocked out the game score one on this one as well. And finally, the last game that I picked up, got a bit of bidder's rage on this, but it didn't cost me any money. I just ended up paying what I should have paid for it. Last game, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. And I'm pleased to pick this up. Honestly, I know nothing about Naruto. I'm actually pleased to pick this up because there are 7 of these on the 360, and until I bought this, I didn't have any of them. Anyway, I found this seller on eBay, and he had all of his games were listed at a 1p starting price, and they all had an honest postage of £1.83. So I bid on a couple of them. One of them got pushed up quite high, and I left it alone. But this one, I was winning it with at 1p plus postage, all the way up to about 20 seconds to go when someone came in and pushed the price up. And I was just like, oh, really? But anyway, I got a bit of bidder's rage, and I was like, no, I am winning that. And I think I just entered 3 quid in, and my winning bid was £2.21. So £2.21 plus £1.83. That's a couple of pence over 4 quid. And why am I quoting 4 quid? It's because 4 quid is the price in CX for this, but that is without postage. And as I say, the picture of this game had everything nicely laid out. There was a nice manual in there. It said on the front about this here, about some bonus DLC. There we go. Goku costume DLC trading card inside, and the code for this is on the back here, and that is in there as well. So all the little bits of paperwork were in there. Now everything looked normal about this game. I don't know if you've noticed it already. Everything looked normal about this game, and I had no reason to question buying it at all. But to be honest with you, it wouldn't have stopped me bidding on it anyway. Yep. That is not an Xbox 360 case. It is green, but as you'll see, it's far too clear to be an Xbox 360 case. If we just bring back Toy Story Mania a minute, you'll see the clear, distinctive differences in the colour there. So it needs a case replacement. So obviously the person perhaps bought all the artwork and the disc with no cases and bought some green cases and did that to it. Or they got a case replacement, but they bought it and they bought that and it's not quite right. So yeah, just because obviously I want it to match all of the others on the shelf there and all the greens to be the same. So that does need a little bit of a change, but we will sort that out. Nevertheless, I have no idea what this game is about, to be honest with you. Is it a one-on-one fighter? Because that's the only image on the back. I have no idea what type of game it is or anything. So I'll have to bung this one and actually give it a try and finally play some Naruto on any system, to be honest with you. So yeah, looking forward. I am looking forward to giving that a bash and seeing what it's all about. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything for this pickups video. As I say, big thanks to Ross and Chrissy for the gifts. Again, Ross's channel is linked in the description below. Please check it out. Apart from that, that just leaves me to thank you very, very much for watching. If you have liked this video, thumbs up will always help. Please subscribe if you are new and all that jazz. Again, thank you for watching. And as always, please do take care.